Hello guys, it's Pep from Pep here, and today we are here with another ritual deck list. As you can see, I'm here with Alexis Rhodes to show this deck revived together with the Destiny Heroes by the new banlist that has set free our little cyber petit angel. So we can put another one in the deck. It was sim limited, so it was limited, I'm sorry, so we could just play one, but with this ban list we can play two. In the truth we could play definitely three, but Konami just gave us two copies, so really unfortunate. But I decided to try this deck, to give it another try, after the ban list, and after I had a little idea that I found out it works really fine and pretty. But let's start from the beginning. We have this skill that's Master of Rites. For all who do not know what it does, it's pretty easy. Every time you lose 1000 life points, you can just return one card from your hand to the deck and can decide to add or a ritual monster or a ritual spell card. So, whatever you need, whenever you need. For the deck list, let's go deep into it. So, the ritual monsters are pretty standard. We have 3 Ideten and 3 Benten. In particular, guys, Benten is the core card, it's the searcher of the deck, because whenever it's tributed, you get just to search a light fairy type monster of this deck, and in this deck we have all fairy type light monster except Sphere Kuriboh. And why this card is so good? Because you can use it when you can tribute in it when you summon an Ideten, or you can also use it with your Merciful Machine Angel. What it does, with Merciful Machine Angel you can just tribute one Cyber Angel from your field or also from your hand, and you get to draw 2 cards. But if you tribute a Cyber Angel Benten, what is gonna happen is that you're gonna draw 2 cards and then also get the effect of Cyber Angel Benten to search for another fairy type light monster. But keep in mind that you have to just return a card after that you draw 2 cards, so you have to return 1 card from your hand to the deck. Then we have Ideten. It's the booster of the deck and also the searcher, because when it's ritual summoned you get to search a spell card from your graveyard or your deck, so you can just use it also to recycle ritual spell cards. And also when it is tributed, you get a boost to your ritual monster that gets their attack and defense buffed by 1000, so pretty huge. The 2 boss monsters are our Dekini. That's incredible, because on summon you can make your opponent send 1 monster they control to the graveyard. So this effect is amazing. Why? Because it's not an effect that targets, we can say, the monsters your opponent controls, but it's actually an effect that targets your opponent. So even if your opponent controls a monster like, for example, a Cocytus, what happens, you may think that Cocytus cannot be targeted, okay? So you may think that this effect is not gonna work, and you're wrong, because this effect actually targets your opponent, so it affects your opponent that has to send 1 monster they control or a monster he controls to the graveyard. So this effect works with everything, so the only thing you have to ensure is that they control only 1 monster, so they have no choice. And this is why you definitely need a Dekini in a Cyber Angel deck. And also, Daikini has 2 more effects. One is piercing damage, that's always a good thing, and the second one is a recycling effect. On the end phase, you get to add a ritual monster, Cyber Angel ritual monster, in your graveyard, and you can add it to your hand. The other boss monster is Izana. It's a card that we had lately in the game, and it's the same thing of Daikini, but with a spell trap card. So your opponent has to send a spell trap card they control to the graveyard. Also, it has multiple effects. One effect is that they can attack a monster in a row after she destroyed one. And the second effect that is more important to me is that when a Cyber Angel ritual monster is targeted by a card effect, what can you do is that you can pop up card on the field by returning a ritual monster from your graveyard to the deck. So, of course, it's not negating, but you get to destroy a card. So, it's useful, and so pretty good. Then we have our little searcher, that is the main monster of our combo that I'm gonna explain you in a moment. Then we have the two Merciful Machine Angel that keep the deck consistent, and then we have 4 rituals. Machine Angel Ritual, that is the most powerful and is semi-limited because it has a protection effect in the graveyard. So once that your Machine Angel Ritual is in your graveyard, you can just protect from destruction once your Cyber Angel monster. So yes, even if they are 2 or more and they are being destroyed in the same time, you can just banish one Machine Angel Ritual to protect them from destruction. So pretty good. Then we have the other 3 ritual spell cards are Machine Angel Absolute Ritual, and what it do is what does it do? Pretty easy. It's a normal spell card, but ritual spell card, but it has an additional effect. You can use for the ritual summon. You can also shuffle back into the deck monster from your graveyard, and this is pretty easy. So let's suppose that you have a bunch of monsters in your graveyard and you have only these spell cards and 1 ritual monster in your hand. You do not have to worry about your tributes because you can just shuffle back into the deck monsters from your graveyard. So it's really, really important in a difficult situation, and you will see in the replays why. Then we have a couple of Sphere Kuriboh that are always good in this meta, and also because, if you have to play a really little amount of spell trap in a deck list, it's better that you really do not play them at all. So I had only 4 slots left with of course where I put my 2 Sphere Kuribohs and my 2 Temperance, and I decided to put them instead of the trap because 4 trap cards are really targetable by Cosmic Cyclone, and so there will be a little chance of drawing all that spell trap cards for defense. So with only 4 you just draw 1, and with your Cosmic Cyclone you're fucked up. So it's better to play hand defense, and also looking for hand defense. And I did not want to play Kuriboh, and I found out that this Temperance is perfect. So it fits perfectly with this deck. Why? Because it's a level 6, it's a fairy, so it fits perfectly this deck because it's a level 6, so you can just tribute him in your hand with a Cyber Petit Angel just to go in a big boss monster, or you can also tribute the only Temperance to go for a Nidaten or a Benten. But most important, he can be searched. So as you do in if you have Desperado Barrel Dragon, you know that with Desperado on Destruction, he lets you search for a card that has a coin effect, okay? So you get to search Temperance, and even with this deck you get to search Temperance. How? With Benten. So when you tribute Benten, you get to add a light fairy type monster from your deck to your hand, and our Temperance is a light fairy type monster. So let's suppose that you're experiencing the worst case scenario for this deck. The worst case scenario for this deck is that you start first and you have not a really good hand. So what you need is to make sure to endure for the next turn. So your opponent is gonna start second and he's gonna have a clear field, okay? So you need to be protected the most. And what is a better way to be protected than have an hand defense? So you can just maybe go for a Benton, for tributing Benton, and add your temperance. So just you have to feel safe. You can control your life points just to trigger your Master of Rites. So I really had some doubt about putting in some Cosmic Cyclone, and in the replays you will see some duels where I play Cosmic Cyclone, because at the beginning the idea of the deck was to play Cosmic Cyclone, and Cosmic Cyclone were really good if you start as second, but if you start as first, these Cosmic Cyclone are completely useless. So the deck is so powerful when you start as second that it really does not need more power when you start as second. What this deck needs is to survive while you start as first. So the hand defense, and in particular temperance, is the best choice for this deck. And you will see in the replays that temperance really saved the duel a lot of times. Not only of course when you start as first. And so guys, this is the deck list. I hope all the explanations are clear. Feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below, and as always, enjoy the replays.